G'day Weather Watchers, out for a stroll and a bit of a chat about what the heck's been going on with the weather. Folks, you've obviously seen the news or posts around the storms that ripped through New South Wales and Queensland, or southeast Queensland at least, over the last couple of days. And that's because when you get these transition months coming into summer, typically those parts of the world will see a lot of a mixing basically between tropical air coming down from the north and the cooler air that's lingering to the south. So basically it's winter and summer having a bit of a standoff. Now we do see the opposite occurring. Well, when I say the opposite, on the opposite part of the world in the northwest of Australia, we do see that when you're coming out of summer and into winter. So that's when we get those lingering tropical lows and cyclonic activity mixing with the winter that starts to quickly creep into the south. You mix the two, tropical air meets cooler air from the south. It's usually a cocktail, and it usually means some pretty gnarly things are going to happen. Usually big heavy rain events in the northwest, or it can mean very, very nasty storms in the southeast of Queensland, northern New South Wales, typically speaking. So basically that's what's happened. Okay, so that's what's currently going on. We've got the transition months happening. What we're going to be seeing over the coming weeks, but we're just going to have a bit of a focus on this coming week, is there is some cold frontal activity that is continuing to persist. Winter just doesn't want to let go. Okay, so we do have a cold front that's approaching WA, fairly late in the season, cold front this one. Not an overly strong, but it is sitting quite far north. And the reason for that, which we'll talk about now, is that the southern annular mode, or the SAM, which we refer to a lot, is still sitting in that negative territory. And that just means that all the winter systems are sitting further north and closer to Australia from Antarctica than they normally do. So that has been a persistent pattern, seeing the SAM index down there in the negative territory. It's keeping a very persistent winter going for the south of Australia at least. So what's happening is winter is just fighting the summer months at the moment, which is why a lot of areas in the north are screaming for rainfall at the moment, because they're waiting for the summer rainfall to start, but winter just doesn't want to let go. Okay, so what have we got for the coming week? Well, as I mentioned, there is a cold front approaching the southwest, a fairly high-reaching one. That's just going to generate some showers and some grumbly bits of thunder as it moves through the southern parts of WA. And of course, that will track in through South Australia, Victoria, and southern New South Wales over the course of the week. So let's just say the southern half of Australia will get some late-season winter rainfall with a little touch of thunder for a lot of areas while they're at it. And of course, sorry, just checking out the wildlife as I walk through. And of course, there will be a little bit of sporadic activity in the north. So we're just talking a few little thunderstorms here and there for like Northern Territory and the Kimberley region. Nothing terribly exciting to talk about. But it's going to be the following week where I think we're going to have some really interesting things to talk about. But whilst the winter keeps its grip, it is slowing that onset of the storm season, but there is some stuff that will be happening, and we're going to talk about that later next weekend when we drop our next Outlook video. All right, folks, enjoy your week. We'll catch you all very soon.